this room, ministers, ambassadors, and other senior government officials, given the importance of this partnership for Somalia's progress, I thank you all most sincerely for your participation. The Somali government extends its sincere gratitude to the European Union and its member states, Sweden, for co-hosting this partnership forum in Brussels, the home of the EU itself. We are cognizant that Somalia would not have made such clear and tangible progress without the partnership of other vital delegations represented here today. In particular, the African Union, United Nations, USA, Turkey, and all of the EU member states. The centrality and the unity of our goal to achieve sustainable development in all of its forms in Somalia. It is an honor that we are able to convene our progressive discussions on Somalia's future here in Brussels, following our last successful meeting in Mogadishu 6 months ago. This is not the first time important Somali partnership meetings were held in Brussels, the city which embodies a vital message of unity and common purpose and exemplifies progress after painful destruction like nowhere else in the world. It is the place where Europe's pledge of never again returning to war is preserved and upheld. We are determined to learn this lesson and move forward to build a strong, secure, progressive, and prosperous nation for the benefit of our resilient people. In this globalized world, there has to be a reliable need for an effective partnership. We are all benefit from enabling opportunities and overcoming common challenges like insecurity, poverty. Such challenges are the underlying causes of illegal immigrations. In the past, the scale of Somalia's challenges has made its relationship with partners somewhat unbalanced. We were not able to play our role to the fullest extent in setting the priorities, in leading the implementation of initiatives, or in directing the resources. While we are sincerely grateful to all our partners, we want Somalia to be the tip of the spears in all reform processes and their implementation. We must be trusted to lead our transformation with renewed capacity and commitment. In all our valuable discussions in this partnership forum, I hope you realize that the Somali government is committed to take greater responsibility to generate and disperse domestic revenue, to achieve debt relief, to strengthen security, to progressively shift from humanitarian aid to development support, and to prepare the path for Somalis to engage in a domestic process in 2020. All these national efforts are vital to our partnership, and we will lead towards the realization of our set goals, allowing Somalia to play its rightful role as a primary player for state building. Our discussions that largely revolve around interconnected issues proves the importance of effective and diverse partnerships and strategic coordinations, both internal and external. I acknowledge that there are no quick fix to resolve all Somali's challenges, but strong commitment, hard work, and consistent evaluation are needed to achieve tangible results. On that note, there should be no single issue that would be allowed to undermine a cohesive process towards stability, accountability, and development. The interconnected nature of inclusive politics, security, economic reform, and building human and environmental resilience should be emphasized. The urgency of working with the mutual accountability framework. We will accelerate progress by capitalizing on our individual strengths and collective resources for maximum impact for the benefit of the Somali people. I am confident of our collective commitment, and I am sure together we will fulfill our promise of moving forward together. Since the Somali Partnership Forum in Mogadishu in December 2017, Somalia has taken significant steps to move forward in inclusive politics, economic recovery and reform, security and the fostering of resilience among our people. I have personally taken the lead, supported by my able Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khayre and his cabinet, to ensure that what was agreed in all these areas was addressed in many cases and implemented. Since then, we have successfully completed the second International Monetary Fund's staff monitoring program, and we are now progressing a third one with an even more stringent set of benchmarks. We have implemented a 5% sales tax on imports, and this has so far raised domestic revenue by around 1 million per month. We acknowledge that inclusive politics is a must if we are to fully overcome the past quagmire of poor governance, injustice, and conflict. Accordingly, as part of the political reform agenda, we have initiated the vital constitutional review process to address the anomalies in the provisional constitution. The National Constitution Convention held in Mogadishu on the 13th of May this year brought together all relevant Somali stakeholders to discuss and guide the future direction of our country. Inclusive politics is always a challenge, particularly so in a recovering post-conflict state. We are determined to get it right and sustainably move forward as a people and country. No Somali shall be left behind or forgotten in this process. The historic Baydhabo Agreement has established a common position and framework for internal partnership on inclusive politics, economic reform, security, and resilience. This is a significant step in the right direction, especially since the process was and will remain Somalia-led and Somalia-owned. For this, I am grateful to all the leaders of the federal member states of Somalia, as well as our international partners. In addition, this government is engaging all stakeholders, beginning with the Somali people and the business community, to play their part in our national transformation. Since our last partnership forum in December last year in Mogadishu, our government has increased its engagement and partnership with the private sector. We are tackling corruption and human rights violation through legislation and education, and we are nurturing the stable consensus-based politics that will allow us to achieve inclusive politics. I am proud to announce that after many years of trials, we have finally begun biometrically registering the Somali soldiers. In addition to that, we have completed a viable transition plan. There is a concrete evidence of our government's commitment to security reform, economic progress, and strengthening partnership. In the next 6 to 12 months, the federal government will continue to concentrate its effort on advancing the key priorities of state building on inclusive politics, economic reform, security, and building resilience. While the role of our valuable partners will continue to be critical, this role support must focus more on strengthening Somali institutions' capacity to lead and deliver for Somali people. The mutual accountability framework is the basis of Somali's partnership with the international community. The Somali government is working tirelessly to improve the systems and processes that will further increase our ability to deliver vital basic services to our people. In this respect, notably progress has been made, and I wish to acknowledge all our major partners, including the international financial institutions and the EU, who are pledging more resources. Your support for Somalia's economic development allows us to work towards debt relief and the expansion of opportunities for the Somali people. In all our bilateral and multilateral discussions, we agreed that Somalia's progress will be holistic and inclusive, with accountability leadership from the federal government. We are all committed to this. The recent National Security Council meeting in Beirut and its outcome proves our strong willingness to collaborate and cooperate. Somalia and its federal member states see a future of common prosperity where we cooperate meaningfully on the path to inclusive development and engagement. Accordingly, we urge all our international partners to incorporate this into their support and assistance. Somalia is one entity, united by a shared vision and driven by a common purpose in favor of all the Somali people. I am proud to say we are truly together. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, much progress has been made in improving our country's systems. This would not have been possible without the support of many of our valuable partners. Therefore, in line with our fiscal, banking, and economic reforms, we urge all partners to commit to using our country's system to channel their development support and assistance. Somalia's resources and opportunities are boundless. Somalia offers investors and partner governments the golden opportunity to bridge profit and social progress. Investment will also lead to long-term job creation, penetration of new markets, and a real reduction in aid support budgets. Investment can turn in aid into a trade and re-inject hope and the spirit of entrepreneurship in Somali youth. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have before us a historic opportunity for enhancing partnership built on our mutual accountability framework to deliver accelerated progress for our benefit. We need to work even more closely to achieve our objectives of stability and progress in Somalia. My government intends to move this country forward with our partners' steadfast support. Partnership is crucial for Somalia. It gives us means in recognizing, strengthening, and promoting Somalia's desire to assume responsibility across the spectrum of development and progress issues. I once again urge all our valuable partners to do this by aligning all support with the priorities set by the Somali government in the National Development Plan. Finally, I wish to pay tribute to the African Union and the men and women of AMISOM whose bravery and sacrifice has been essential to Somalia's progress. We are grateful for your critical role in supporting my government and the people of Somalia. I thank you.